Oh, wait, wrong microphone. There we go. That's the better microphone. Yeah, says I'm streaming. Why is Twitch channel? You good? There you go. What the heck? Why didn't it say I was streaming for a bit? Camera should probably a little lower. I've been subbed to my own channel for 69 months. 69 months. Still doesn't look low enough. Oh, shirt's like really low at the front. Get the chat. Oh wait, yeah, I want to change my Twitch stuff. Edit. Um. Oh. So over to um. My brain. What am I doing? Right, pop out. I need to grab the text on it. The URL. Sorry, not text. Where did the one go? There you go. My throat's been really like ever since the other day when I said I was coming off my legs. My throat, it's just been bad. Like, ugh. He's messaging me about. But the scene. I had a pastry. What is that? It was very nice. Okay, house. There you are. So I think on the modeling. Oh no. We didn't. We did this bit. What else we got? Oh, we got the little sign, which I'll do as a separate model. Actually, keeper's fine. My God, stop moving out the camera. What was I doing? What was I trying to do that? Yeah. Clearly not pressing shift quick enough when it goes to it. I could slightly increase one of the size to make it a little bit offset. I don't. No, I won't. It is going to be interesting. Do I just hand draw all of this, or do I want a tiling texture, or what? Tiling texture be more versatile, but equally drawing it would just be a bit more accurate, because I can then have a little bit extra detail in places I want it. You know what? Nobody. Oh wait, I haven't posted that I'm streaming. Nobody seems to care that it's Halloween here. I went out. And there's like very few people out trick or treating in general, And like no houses almost have decorations. It is
Emerald.
like nobody. Oh my god, I just had myself talk. Oh, I'm not even playing music. That's very loud actually. Okay. So we could model like these little bits on it and stuff, or we could just draw it. I think drawing would be better. This could also be something. I mean, this one's not too bad because we could just say like, oh, we'll use a plane for that. Wait. There it is. Well, I'm so tired. I have gone for 2 walks today. It's probably just like the walks. You know, it's always interested me when people are like, yeah, I feel so energetic now after my walk. And I'm like, or after my exercise, I have so much energy now. When I exercise, I just get tired. Wait, where's the place that says, oh, up there? Like, I don't really get energy after I've worked out. In fact, that's kind of what working out does, right? I spend energy to work out. I mean, I say that, a lot of people don't seem to have the same experience. A lot of people seem to say that they get more energy after they work out. I'm like, oh, I wish that were me. That'd be useful. But that is not me. Wait, my brain right now. Oh, we're through the ground, right? That's the edge. I want to bring you out, bring you over to here, and we can either do something like this, and then we just draw where it is when we're making it, or we'll just do the whole thing and just draw and then mask it like that. And we'll just have like a plant that's like a singular, but I could put like this in between and then try to like separate them out a little bit. I could literally do this, put that over here, put that over here, and we have like this shape more closely representing it. Oh my god, I think I pulled the wrong way around. I did. And we could make it so it's like a little offset to give it some shape. Like slightly rotate it in a direction like this. Cool. We've just got like those in the ground. Pull that over, up, out. Cool. We have a shape more like that we can just draw on top with some alphas. I want to alpha these leaves as well, which shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Yeah, I could put one in here. Make it a bit thinner over here. Especially because there's only one bit here. Like that one. Pull this down to here, so that way we're not overlapping too much. Like so. Then we'll just draw it over the top. Oh, wait, we need a little bit coming out here. There we go. So I might do the outline shader on this one again. Which means I don't need to draw the outline on the texture. I shouldn't need to. I'm pretty sure it works on alphas as well. Wow, my throat. Yeah. Let me go gargle some hot water with salt. That'll probably help a little bit. Bring it back. Did I not click the save button when I changed it? So my throat was feeling like really clogged. I mean, I've still got also my nose has been really blocked as well. I think that's why I'm feeling it more recently, because my throats are usually like uncomfortable to swallow and breathe out of. So I usually just my nose, but when my nose is blocked, it just makes the issue feel a bit worse than it usually does. Yeah, did the title not change on my thingy? making the 3D arts with the new scene. Very transparent today, Steve. Thank you, thank you. There's a fly in it. Oh, it landed on my nose. Where did he go? I felt him land on my nose and then he vanished. I think I'm like, up my nose. So we need to do that. I kind of want to do that the similar way that I've been doing my other ones because I have like a really nice sort of bush texture. So I'll probably end up just doing that the same way. That's fine. Very deep shadows in this one. So the sun's going to be quite important to align correctly. The chat box says otherwise. Does it? Huh. There's just some shadow there. But almost to the point where I can start... Are we to the point where I can start? Just UV mapping. I don't see anything else. Looks like everything to me. Cool. Cool, yeah, let's get started. Alright, so what we like to do is create a separate material. We'll call it like UV mapped. So I again can do what I did in the last scene where I put a lot of textures onto the same UV or the same texture sheet, but I kind of want to do it separately. But what I can do is as long as I give everything a separate material. So we'll call it all UV now. Looking good. Thank you. Do you mean me or do you mean the scene? What does that mean? I'm not wearing why was I saying varying? I'm not wearing a very appealing attire right now. I'm wearing a very old shirt that I sometimes take to the gym. I'm wearing like tracky bottoms. Got a candle. It's cherry fizz. It smells just like like cherry sweets. I was really like happy when I smelled it. I was very happy. I've got quite a few candles actually. Look, we've got warm apple and cinnamon. Oh, that would have been more... That's more Halloween-y, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to put that on. Is apple and cinnamon more of a Halloween treat? I feel like it is, right? Our electric lighter. Nice. We've also got mulled wine, which I thought was going to smell grim. It actually smells really nice. Mulled? 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 M-U-L-L-E-E-D, sorry. Mulled wine? I assume that's how you say it, or how it's spelled. Pop that away, because the chat might be having some stuff in it. It is not. Got an itch. Alright, see, it's fine having it like that, because you're not going to get that close to it. Start the door like I was going to do. We actually have a back to the door. So, I'm not going to make an interior. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. So, we're not going to make an interior. So, look at this lovely N-gon here. Whoa. Is that a separate shape? Oh, it's a separate shape. Okay. So, what we can do is if we want to make it more optimized, we can get rid of all those. It's not about optimizing this case, to be fair. It's also the idea that... Sorry. The idea that it'll be easier for UV mapping. Yeah, same with the tops and sides. So I can get rid of all of this. All of this. Is that right? Can I get rid of all of that? No, that wasn't right. Hold on a minute. Well, no, yeah, I can't get rid of the front-facing things. What am I doing? Like that? Yeah, that looks fine. And then on the door itself. So I've actually... What's it look like on here? Like in the actual image. Yeah, that's probably about right. It's actually a little bit taller than that. It's fine. Yeah, it kind of goes into the wall a little bit, so you're missing out like all that extra detailing along here. That's a really big handle. Is that really how big the handle is? Oh, it is. It's an obnoxiously big handle. This butt does look a bit more flat than we've got it though. Oh, yeah, it looks a bit more like that. We'll give this a little bit of a bevel. Oh, that's a really good point. If I do that at scale, I think it looks fine, but I bet things aren't going to be fine when I do... Oh, we are backface culling. Oh, yeah, there you go. Look. We've got, like, these guys we're going to fix. This we're going to fix. Ooh. Okay. So on this one, we want these parts to be invert. Either that, or we could solidify it and make it a full object. Give it actually some thickness. Either or, I don't think we need the thickness. But it does mean the outside texture mimics the inside. It's only like a solid color, though. I think it'll be fine, not having a thickness. But what I got to do is make sure these face outwards. With a shift N, and sort of to inside. There you go. Oh, not that one apparently. Or at the bottom. Yep, so the inside looks like it's like nothing there. Cool. They're fine. What about the leaves? They're fine. Now it's there. At the back should be that. I don't know if we got this curve too much, but I don't dislike that. It looks kind of cool, so... let's click on and off backface culling. We can see. So we got this guy here. This guy here. We fix the balance of it. Yep, cool. Okay. UV mapping, let's go. Angle on there, but that's fine. That should not make any difference because it's flat, so we're going to mark seam there. So in these kind of scenarios, you want to grab the back where you're not going to be able to see where the seam is. We can delete the bottom. I'm not going to because I'd like it to be actually an asset that we might want to move. Do you do Substance Designer sessions? Yeah, I will do. This entire environment will be Substance Designer based. So yeah, we're going to actually sit in Substance Designer for quite a while. There are some things I'm not sure how I want to do. Because we can tile texture the brickwork, for example, which means I could technically just get a single tile and tile it across the entire object, or we could tile it in Substance Painter, so not taking advantage of actually tiling it, but tiling it in Substance Painter, because there are areas that are like more got different kind of shading on it. Like look, you got like a slightly yellow splash here. Do you see that? Look, I won't be able to mimic that if I tile the texture. So we'll see, because I'm not going to hand draw it like this, where it's like this thing's got the pen and just gone like this. Maybe we do realistic textures. I could, but I don't want to do realistic stuff on my portfolio, so I have no interest in making things realistic. I find it boring. Companies have only been speaking to me at the moment because they've been saying, yeah, you do stylized stuff, so something like that's probably going to work better for UV mapping. Make sure we already did scale it anyway. And then unwrap it. A comment like this should be cool. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I wonder if I should do something in the post-processing. As long as it takes up the UV space, we won't be sharing a UV, like, it with other UVs. I could do trim sheet workflow, but again, with trim sheet workflow, we won't get some of those like uniquely drawn parts. Like Blender just closed. I should be practicing some 3D, but on the other hand, Foxhole War. What? Yeah, the problem with trim sheets is if I wanted to manually draw these parts in, like this like yellowy bit, like you can see like yellow, orange, it's like got these scratchy lines on it. I can't replicate that in a trim sheet, because obviously trim sheet is basically tiling, it's kind of like tiling textures. Here we could definitely get away with a trim sheet, probably, but again, I won't be able to get like any of this where we get like, yeah, I could do it with decals, that's a good idea. So I could just trim sheet here, trim sheet the brickwork, or the brickwork wouldn't even need a trim sheet, it just need a Just need a tiny texture. Trim sheet workflow has ugly UVs, right? Like they, yeah, they do, yeah. Because like for example, if we're doing this right, so if I if I had this on a trim and it was only like 4 along, for example, and this is what like 20, the way you'd UV map it. Well, my blender crashed. Hold on a minute. See if I can recover it. Date modified, autosave. Oh, it was here. Quickly unwrap it again then. Oh. Cool. Yeah, so save? Wait, is it saving? It doesn't save in the right location. I want to do that. Wait, where do I open it from? Just 1 second, I'll show you what it would look like when you trim sheet it. I did trim sheets at my work, but I don't think I've done trim sheets on personal projects. Have I? I've done tiling textures and atlases at times, but I don't think I've done a trim sheet. Where can you not right click something like this and remove from list properties? It's in there. File, save as that one. Cool. I was going to say need a light map, but lumen. Yeah, I was going to mention light mats, but yeah, if you're just using dynamic lighting, you don't need it. But you'd have 2 different sets. So if you're using trim sheets, you would have a separate UV set for the light maps. Then again, you always have a separate UV set for light maps. I played too much Foxhole, and it's a time sink like you want to play. What's Foxhole? They're not a shortcut like that. Foxhole game. Foxhole. I've never heard of this. Released about last year. Wait, is it like an RTS? I see ships. I see lots of vehicles. Is there a gameplay video? Yeah, it looks like an RTS. They can build trenches and stuff. I know I'm looking at this on the other monitor, but it's because my Steam details up. I'm still learning designer, so let us know when you'll start doing those to your project. I don't know how much I'm going to use designer. I use Substance Painter for like everything. If you've not seen some of my past scenes, they're showing in the bottom left. But if we look at like the very last one I did, oh, he's got to update his picture. At least I think that's an updated picture. So everything from all of this is Substance Painter. All of this is Substance Painter. The only thing that's not Substance Painter is this. But if we actually look at like our last scene, for example, this was all in fact I can load up Substance Painter. But this was done in a very not necessarily a way you wouldn't do it. Some people do just texture everything onto one texture sheet and put it in the game because it really depends on the purpose of the product. If your purpose of the product is to only be seen from this far away, you can get away with putting it on one texture and then like, all the props on one texture and then like just having it low resolution because you're not going to get too close to the actual environment. But yeah, look, so I painted it all in here. You can actually get close because I do have a bit more detail. But you could totally get away if you're back here. Like if I go into the props. If we look at the prop, actually, my nose is so itchy. If we go into here, it takes a second to load in the new substance for some reason. Yeah, one it didn't. So we got pumpkin spice and cinnamon. No, sorry, warm apple and cinnamon. So all of those are baked. Everything here is baked here. Yeah. I'm showing you the texture. It's just taking a second to load. Go here. 3D and 2D. Look. So this is a very unoptimal way to do it, but I kind of wanted to see what the environment would look like, all in like all the props in one texture. But this is 4K. Even if we made it like 1024. because we're quite far away in the final render. By the way, I love it. Thank you. Because we're so far away in the final render, you'll be surprised how you probably won't even make out that you're low resolution, right? Like, that doesn't look like I've really reduced the resolution at all. You can still see the grain in all the, in all of this. You can still see, like, the sheens that are hand-drawn on the paintings. But if we got close, like, you can really make up the low poly. But if you zoomed into any, like, mobile game, it would look like this, right? Well, when you're far away in a mobile game, like an RTS mobile game, because you don't need the extra detailing, because yeah, you're going to look at the environment far away, especially on a mobile device. Because even if this was the max distance on a PC, you might be like, oh my god, gonna nitpick and get real close to try to see some texture density, right? But on a phone, if we're making this for mobile, you're just gonna be like if you wanted to look at it, you'd be like try to make out if it's low poly. But yeah, so that's why I wanted it on one texture sheet. So I wanted to see if you could have it as like 1024. I rendered it at 4K because why not? You probably wouldn't have been able to tell the difference, but it didn't cause any extra rendering time, so I thought I may as well just put it up to the max that I can. But yeah, it's I wish I could show. Oh, it wasn't my environment. So the other environment I made, I did separate. Everything was separate. I should probably find it again. It had a lot of Substance Painter files. But if we go to it now, I'm blind. Where am I going? I want to go to... I'm here. I'm already here. I'm already in our station. Jesus Christ. So if we look at our last one... No, not that one. That one. So this one... all hand-painted again, but everything has different texture maps. So like this thing here has its own texture map. All at like 512, 256. The train maybe 1K, but again, you could probably get away with bringing all that back to lower resolutions. Because obviously, if you can only use, let's say, one 4K texture for an entire environment, if you decided you're going to make every prop like 512, 4 512s is 1K, 4 1K is 2K, and 4 2Ks is 4K. So 4 2Ks is a 4096, 4096, however you want to say it, by 4096 texture resolution. So if you can have a 4K for the entire environment, if you decide you're going to use 512s, that's what? So 4 times 4, wait, so 4 would be 1K, times 4 will now be 2K, and times 4 again, you'll be able to use 64 512 maps, is that right? 4, 4, yeah. So, yeah, if that's your budget, you're able to do that. 2 2K is better than 1 4K. 2 2Ks are half a 4K resolution. Because it's squares. So if you had, if this is your 4K, your 1K would only be this. So you'd need 4 of those. 1, 2, these are not perfect squares, but it's fine. 3, 4. And that'd be 4 1K maps, and this whole thing would be a 2K map. But 2 2K maps, or 4 2K maps, for example, allows you to separate all out to separate textures, which could be way better. 4K pixel art texture, but like upscaled. Exactly. But yeah, and then obviously, then when you're looking at like a 4K, it's now 4 of these. Actually, I could see what the middle point was, right? It's about there. It's now 4 of these. So you end up with like an insane... Oh, that is not center. You end up with like an insane amount, because now that's 4 1Ks. Okay, get that. Yeah. So yeah, then you'll end up with... So that 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these. So now your 5Ks are 4, 8, 12, 16 of them, right? Less calls. Yeah. So having it all as one will mean less draw calls. But... depending on your environment and how bad your system is, you could get away with a decent amount of draw calls without any performance hit. How many is too many draw calls? So from what I'm aware, every model, every material element, at least in Unreal Engine, is basically a draw call. So if you have, even if you have one asset, so what a material element would mean, yeah, in this case, is like, if we were like, okay, we want this to have a couple of extra textures on it. So you make it so you go like this, and you assign like a base color. Oh, wait. I don't want to change that color. I want to change viewport color. Go like this. So now that's one draw call because it's got one material on it. One material on it, sorry. In the Unreal Engine, that's called a material element. So if I were to select this now and go, okay, we want a separate texture on this. Ooh. Now that's 2 draw calls. So one asset now has 2 draw calls. And then as I increase that, and say we want this part to now be a separate material again. So you have very little reason to do this unless you're like... So the main reason I will do this in 99 out of 100 cases, at least in the scenario I'm about to say. So this one I'd be 3 draw calls because I've got 3 separate materials in it. But like if I were to put all of these on one texture map, right, that would be 1 draw call basically kind of for the entire thing. But if I separated them all out, which I'm probably going to do, let's say I make 20 different models here, or even 40, that's still 40 draw calls. But you're allowed quite a lot of draw calls before it becomes an unoptimized scene. Or, well, before it comes to the point where it doesn't run very well. And I want to see if we can find a number that helps to tell that story. Okay, so there's a post here about it. See this one. Blah, blah, blah. What are draw calls? Yeah. Yeah, you go. This shows you the example I was saying. So in Unreal Engine, the easiest way to determine what the draw call is, how many material elements are assigned to that mesh. Or, because like, if you think about it, a material element is assigned to each individual mesh if that mesh only has 1 material on it. So if you have 10 separate meshes, that's that's already 10 material elements, which means 10 draw calls. But if each of those meshes had 2 material elements on it, like I was showing with that cube, that's now 20 draw calls. So from what I'm aware, it's better to have more... Wait, oh, I can't remember. I'm thinking of poly count. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was going to say, it's better to have more draw calls than textures, to higher texture resolution, but I don't think that's true. For file sizes, it's true, because texture resolution increases file sizes, but draw calls reduces performance, so... Unless they share a texture, then it's 1 trim sheet for... yeah. Well, if there's still a separate model, though, they still take up a draw call. So even if they share trim sheets with each other, if you made them separate models, they will be still drawn separately or called separately. But if they're instanced of each other, you're fine, like foliage. And if they're combined and then you share a trim sheet with them, they're fine. But these are like, look, so PC and console games, they say ideally 2,000 to 3,000. And how long ago was this? Because if this is an old post, that might mean 2019. That might mean PlayStation. Wait, how long has PS5 been out for? Can't spell, apparently. Yeah, so that means PS4, right? So it's harder than that these days. So on the PS4, it was ideal to have 2,000 to 3,000 draw calls on the screen at once. So that cube only had 3 on it, right? So you can get away with a lot of draw calls before it's going to be actually hitting your performance that hard. Yeah, 5,000 it starts to have a problem. 10,000 probably a problem. Mobile games, I'm going to say 400. 800, does it say? Oh. Max is a few hundreds, yeah. Hundreds. Game engine's ideal number of draw causes typical debate. Yeah, it depends on various factors. Yeah. Target platforms and hardware performance. According to a post on the Unity forum, the number of draw calls should be as much as necessary. Why I can't see that behind the heart. Oh, and as few as possible. Yeah, basically that's the same with anything, though, right? It's like polygons, right? You can go wild these days with quite a lot of polygons without even thinking of nanites. Especially if it's a contained scene, but you should still try to reduce your polygons. You should use as not much as necessary, but as few as possible, because it's still better to have as few as possible for performance reasons. Even if, like, that's not going to make a difference, it's still better practice anyway. You know, I was thinking of ChatGPT the other day, and I'm gonna look it up. Actually, is ChatGPT trustworthy? Because how does ChatGPT work? Surely ChatGPT just collects sources from other places, so surely the information is gonna not always be accurate. No, ChatGPT is not truly a reliable source. There's no denying that it is one of the best artificial intelligence content generator tools out there, but the accuracy on many topics is still not as good as you would want it to be. Does that mean it's false? New? Like, false? Giving false answers? Or does that just mean it's not very accurate? Credible source. No, ChatGPT is not a credible source for factual information and can't be cited. Oh yeah, I know it can't be cited. Okay. Over just a few months, ChatGPT went from correctly answering a simple math problem 98% of the time to just 2%. Wait, what? But is it? What my problem is, if it's taking a lot of information from the internet, how good is it for fact checking? Because there's a lot of sources on the internet that are very, very untrue facts. So I don't know how the software actually works if it collects information like that and can say it's just true. But I was curious when I was at the gym, and I was like, how accurate is stuff like ChatGPT? Because I have no idea how it works or collects information, so... Does it give sources when it tells you stuff? I don't use it very often. I don't remember it. Some sources... It does give you sources. Some sources from where it got the info. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Anyways, there you go. Let's go. It's text string. Oh, wait. I didn't do it the way I wanted to. I did this last time, didn't I? So today's actually going to be a pretty boring stream for anyone here that was interested in actually the modeling side. The modeling's all done by the looks of it. We are mostly just going to be UV mapping. And I'll probably do some of it off stream as well, just to do it when I'm watching a movie or something. I've actually been... I was always very good at watching movies and doing work because it always just felt really nice. I actually think the UV map might be better like that. Yeah, I like that more. Yeah, I've always been pretty good at... Oh, wait, we've got a UV map one there. Watching movies and doing work. Because when UV mapping, I find very, very boring. But when I'm watching a movie, it makes the activity less boring. And because it's such an easy thing to do, it's like, it makes the activity enjoyable now. Because you're just sort of... I don't know about you guys, but when I'm like sitting and watching something, sometimes I'm like fiddling around my hands and stuff. So it gives me something to do. To actually use my hands for something else when I'm watching a movie. No, I don't want to do that, moderate, because what I want to do for this scene is I kind of want to separate everything out, because I've seen people do this a lot. I want to UV map everything first, and then I want to get it all into Substance Painter as one long list of models all imported at once. So I'm curious, and that way I can... texture everything at once in Substance Painter. Kind of like what I did before, but I want it to be separate models this time, and I want to see how that feels as a process. But if we are gonna look at trim sheets and stuff, maybe not. I mean, I probably would never recommend UV mapping and then texture anyway, because most people I know who do that never finish their environments, because a quarter of their environment gets done, and then they're like, no, it's not UDIMS. A quarter of their environment will get done, and then they end up not finishing it because they got bored of UV mapping and texturing all in one go for every asset. These are easy. We'll put these on the same texture. Actually, no, right now we're just going to all set them on this one texture. So what you should do, if you're ever going to duplicate something, which I'm terrible at, I never do this in advance, but what you should do is if you're going to duplicate something, make sure to UV map it first, because then you've already got it done. If I'm copying this book 80 times, I don't want to UV map 80 books. I want to do it once and then copy it, but I never do that. I'm so bad at UV mapping as I go, because it's fine to not UV map as you go if you're making all unique assets, If you are making something that's going to be duplicated, you probably should UV map as you go. What happens if I do this shape like this? Interesting. I don't like it. Because I think instead what I'm going to want to do is this. Separate this whole middle piece out. Oh, yeah, got it. And then... Yeah, do you do that as well? It's something I know I should do, and then I don't know, because I'm just so excited about the modeling part. I don't think about it, and then I get afterwards. I'm like, man, I should probably UV map this. So I probably just want to do like this. That's it here, I guess. I watched the whole of Demon Slayer next season. But is anyone in chat who watches anime? My press so bad. Always get huge regret when it's something with loads of repetition like a Metal fan, so I usually just wrap one and replace the rest. Yeah. The problem with that... Wait, is what... Oh, yeah, no, the whole season isn't finished. Well, the whole series isn't finished. The season's finished. Yeah, the season's finished. The season's all released. Okay, now that's terrible. What happens if I do this? No, that's horrible. I mean, that was kind of a better result, if I'm being honest. That's not a bad UV. It's a little bit warped. I mean, I wonder if we can set this up. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll leave it like that. Oh, see, is that just a duplicate? Because what you can do is you could duplicate it, and even though it's the same, you could duplicate it, and even though it's the same shape, I'm pretty sure that is literally just that but scaled. Am I wrong? Just like that. And then we've got this UV map, and it's going to be slightly off here, but then we just re-unwrap it. Oh, I scaled it on thingy. Re-unwrap it, and boom, we get the correct scale for it. Which you could leave it as the same scale, and then just change the material color. I mean, what's it look like? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. We'll keep it separate for now. Is that one also, like, inside it? I mean, I kind of just want it floating, if that's going to be the case. Because you're going to be viewing it from out here anyway. It doesn't look like it's floating. Oh, this doesn't look very good. That's fine. Alright, so let's copy this. So this is what I should have done from the get-go, but I didn't. Because I am bad. Wow, it's a thick boy. Jesus. Right, that's one. Basically the exact same, but a little bit taller. That's two. Raise it up a little bit as well. You raise me up, so I can stand on a mountain. So I was thinking, and this topic's come up a few times that I've mentioned, because I find it so just interesting to think about. And it's saying a game is like your favorite game despite never playing it. I find that so weird. And a lot of people watch YouTube. And the reason people will say that is because they watch someone play a game, or they like to how a game looked and they watched all the cinematics for it, for example, and then they'd say, oh, that was my favorite game. Oh, that's my favorite game ever. I loved it. And I'm always like, that is such a weird response. You know what? I could always just have these as one texture. It depends. I could overlap them, or I could have them as one texture. Wow, that's terribly spaced. Like that. Do I want to do like tiling texture and stuff? It's always more awkward to set these up. Whereas painting it just means I could take it to Substance Painter and just paint, you know. I don't have to think about tiling textures. Maybe I only tile and texture the building parts, because they're the big parts, right? Does Blender have active shade or something similar, like GPU accelerated render view? My niece watches people play games online. I said to her, I have that game, you could play it if you'd like. No, I just want to watch it. But like, so I think there's a big difference. You can enjoy watching a game, right? But I remember someone and they were like, Yeah, my favorite game's The Last of Us. And for those of you who've not played Last of Us is like still 90%, 95% game. People who've not played it don't seem to understand that it's still mostly a game. There's still cutscenes in it, like any video game. I think we looked it up not long ago, and Halo had like more cutscenes than The Last of Us. For some reason, people think Last of Us is only cutscenes. I don't know why. Anyways, so Last of Us is a stealth-driven third-person shooter, cover shooter as well, right? I feel like that's the correct terminology. And they had never played it, and they said, Last of Us is my favorite game. And I was like, oh, when did you play it? I haven't. What? Yeah, I've just watched someone play it. And it's your favorite game of all time? Yeah. What? But you didn't play it. That's like reviewing food for just the look. Sushi's my favorite food. Oh, did you like the taste? I've never tasted it. What? Yeah, I've never eaten sushi. How's your favorite food? I like how it looks. But you've not eaten it. You can't say it's your favorite food from just how it looks. That's not how you rate food. In fact, there's a lot of different ratings on how you rate food. There's like the whole texture as well. So it's like presentation, texture, taste, and a couple of other things. But if the only thing you're experiencing from the food is looking at it, and I feel like that's the least. I feel like tasting food is the biggest part of food. I feel like the other things just help that part of the food, but they're not the main thing. I feel like taste, maybe texture. I'd say taste is probably like 70% or maybe 60%. Texture is probably 30%, and then looks and everything else maybe 10%. Admittedly, some people literally won't eat food by the way it looks. So I guess that can vary. But you're not going to rate food just on just say, oh, that's my favorite food because I like how it looks. You call them crazy. And I've never had ramen. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, ramen is pretty good, but if you're not eating it, it's not your favorite food. It can't be. But I feel the same way about saying something's your favorite game about playing it. Playing a game it's a game. That's the biggest part of the game, is playing it. How can you say it's your favorite game if you've never played it, if you've never gamed on it? That doesn't make sense to me. It drives me crazy. I've heard people say this recently. Now, I have a friend who never said this, but he said he can understand it. But I just can't. I can't wrap my head around it. It could say something is your favorite game. If all you've done is watch the cinematics of a game, then it's not your favorite game. It's your favorite movie. Right? I don't need to eat it to know. True. I mean, ramen is pretty good. Got some vitamin water over here. Can actually make this better. From the gym. Yeah. It's the let's check what their water's called. Pure Gym Water. Sports water. Unlimited sport. Yanga water. It is got essential vitamins. It's 6 flavors. I've got pineapple and coconut. It's chilled. There's no sugar and no colorant. It's filtered apparently. It's only got 5 calories per serving. So this will have 10 calories in the whole thing. And this is a bolt-on. But yeah, anyways, I think it's weird to say something's your favorite game if you've not played it, because you've not experienced the main part of the thing. Now, don't get me wrong, gameplay for me is the most important part of the game anyways. I know people who say that they... I mean, I had someone say to me recently, if he's watching the stream, he's like, no, don't tell him what I said, that they couldn't get into Mario because it didn't really have a story. And I was like, yeah, but it's a game. I don't know. I haven't played much Mario, but the Mario I have played is really, really good. And yeah, it doesn't really have much of a story. You're just saving Princess Peach. But I mean, it's a game. I feel like if a movie doesn't have a story and only nice visuals, I can understand that. But I feel like a video game, no, you don't need a story. A game could be ruined by having a bad story. Like especially if the story was good for a bit and then it just goes terrible, it can really ruin the game. But I mean, I mean, Binding of Isaac has a story, but I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it much more because of the story. Gunfire Reborn, I've really enjoyed recently. That doesn't even have a story. Also, you don't go to Pure Gym. That's my gym. Wait, sorry. Gym Group. I go to Gym Group. I've gone to Pure Gym before. Wow, what was I hard to say? How do I want to do the cat? See, this part here I don't really like. I feel like I could have wrapped that around a bit nicer. I mean, it still works. Yeah, look, it's like got a pinch point here. You can tell when you thingy. It goes around there pretty good. See, I could have like done something like this, where it comes down here, and that causes like a curve. You got a try here. I mean, these don't actually need to be tries, right? Am I crazy? There's actually... Does it look better with them? I guess I don't know. I mean, we don't need to get too specific on how he's UV mapped anyway. You've got to see him from miles away, it's fine. Unless we want to make him walk, then it might be a problem. His feet maybe should be flat. Maybe? Should they be flat? It looks weird with very flat feet, I'm not gonna lie. He does sit on the floor better. Yeah. Yeah, even here I'm not really that... I don't really like it that much. Yeah, I didn't model it in the best way, I just modeled it quickly. Which is can always cause a problem. Say, where do I want the edge loop to start then? Probably around here. Like here. Do I need it? Hold on a minute. What does he look like? I mean, the ears maybe actually, because the ears look like they go. But the problem is I've not got good geometry now for the ears. They look like they're like sharp. Yeah. So they actually come down to. I mean, technically, if I slightly reshape it, that would probably work from here. Again, it would need a little bit of reshaping, but I could. I think I'll just draw it on because I'm not going to spend too much time doing the cat. Ugh. Man, I cannot wait. I actually got an email from the hospital, text from the hospital. What was it an email? I can't remember. Saying to speed up my appointment, I could go see another hospital. I was like, oh my god. I'm going to Japan, and I kind of probably don't want the procedure now until afterwards anyway. We're probably just going to go really simple if it's actually unwrap. It didn't say. In fact, they didn't even say what number to call. They didn't say. I'm pretty sure it basically gave me no information at all. Like, let me see. It was very unhelpful. From James Paget Hospital, NHS Foundation Trust. You have been identified as a patient who has been waiting longer than 40 weeks for treatment/care. It's actually been longer than that. I don't know why it's such a short time. Wait. Did he take 12 weeks to actually... Or did they take 12 weeks to actually process my referral? Oh, man. As the NHS continues to recover from COVID pandemic, we are inviting patients to move to a different hospital to receive earlier care/T. I feel like the /T wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah. It's not even from a landline. So there's nothing there that really, you know, there's no number. I mean, unless I can reply back to this, there's not really a contact number or anything, or how I do that process. So I don't know how far I'd have to travel because it's not really very clear even where I can pick to go. You know what my friend said the other day? He was like, you know what? I think I figured out the worst part of 3D for me. And I was like, what's that? He went, I really don't like texturing. I was like, oh my god, why does nobody like texturing?
I could actually connect the feedback on like one area. On the outside, 'cause that's the side you see. Okay, and we probably want a mark seam here. And we probably want a separate one for the tail. If it doesn't specifically say don't reply to this email, you can probably just reply. It's not an email, it's a text. But maybe. Treasury site's one of the most important parts, but it's just so... I don't even say it's one of the most important. I say it's flat out the most important part. I think... I mean, we were taught that in university. One of the first lessons they gave us was you can make a bad model look good with texturing, but you can't make a good... but you can easily make a good model look bad with bad texturing. Like, you can't recover bad texturing, but you can recover a bad model with texturing. And I completely agree. If you're like a texturing god, you can pretty much recover anything. Is that fine? No, that's not fine. Oh my lord. So what's this part? Probably like that then, right? Closer. What's the hole? Was that his tail? Okay. Yeah, this is definitely not very good here. That's his ears. Let's all cut over here. I could separate the head out, but I didn't think I'd need to. But I mean, again, you're not going to see the seams from the distance anyway, so I'm not too fussed about making it super nice. Not like my actual character I was making, which I should definitely finish. I keep saying that. That's probably fine. That'll work. Oh, I was gonna say, where am I? I think texturing heavily depends on what you're doing. I think stylized texturing is more fun, but it is a lot more... You can get away... I mean, you can just tell by, like... Don't get me wrong, my farm scene is definitely not the best scene for realism, right? But, yeah, my character, this guy. This guy had really nice UV mapping. Yeah, like, this scene, most things on here were just UV mapped super fast. I had a nice wood texture, or a nice whatever texture I was using. I throw it on, select the pieces that I want done, selected like a grunge map, threw even the car, threw things on, and it came out pretty good looking. Again, it's not fantastic or realistic, especially the trees. I feel like the trees ruined the scene quite heavily. But yeah, like realistic texturing can be so quick. Don't get me wrong, when it comes to like super realistic, it might take a long time. But if you're just going for like a generic realistic look, you can get away with very quick texturing. Oh, I should probably change my title in here. I'm no longer an employee of the company, it says on here. Yeah. Ex-lead artist looking for work. That's good enough. It's actually been really nice that I got contacted by somewhere for work. That's awesome. I've never had that before in my life. Well, no, sorry. I've had that before in my life for freelance work, but that's a little bit of a separate thing. But the fact that I've been contacted for, like, people asking me to interview, oh, it's so nice. It's such a small achievement because a lot of people just seem to get interviews. But for me, as someone who's just who never really got interviews, like no one ever gave them to me, it's so nice to finally be able to interview. Even though it's been only a couple, I've not had many. It's so nice that I'm actually able to do that. Oh, I don't think anyone, or most people, I mean, maybe there's some people out there who would understand that feeling, but like, it's very nice. Yeah, they did. They saw me stream. And they were like, we like you. Let's see, how do I want to connect that part? So we do something like this, you'll get a really weird... Oh, no, sorry, clear see. We'll get a really weird connection. Wait. Oh. Yeah, look. So you can't really do that. I mean, that's probably the best way to do it. Well, actually, you could maybe do the legs separately like this. It's weird how sometimes the simple shapes have really annoying ways to UV map. And you could probably do... I can't do both right, I'll mess it up. No? No, that looks... Wait, is that right? Wait. Yeah, I think you need to mark seam there. Yeah, okay. Wait, so what's this part? The feet. Wait, why does the feet look like that? It's just a rectangle. That should be fine. Wait. Oh, because I've got it connected here. Yeah, that works. Need to do a similar thing over here. 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 That. My brain. Okay, and then I need one of those marked. And then that was fine. No, what's this really long one? Oh, I need the corners up here marked. And then I need these two separated. Wait, that means... hold on a minute. Oh no, yeah, that works. Yeah, that's it. Let's let the whole thing do that. A little bit more of a gap so it's not separated. Cool. And that should work fine. Done. This one should be super easy. There's a couple of ways you can actually get away with these ones just because of the shape it is. Because when it like flares out, you get like you can have really weird warping issues. But you can still get away with doing... Yeah, so I'd probably do something like this. And it will give you like a shape like this, which could be a little bit awkward. Hold on a minute. What is the shape? Was that got a hole, like a fill? Okay, we don't need to fill. Because you're never going to let that far in, surely. In fact, that's very low down to begin with. I could probably pull that up and get away with way less. Way less. We'll have subtle movements like we usually do, but... Oh, I get it. Had literally one interview in 1.5 years, right? Like, it's so nice. Even if it's... Oh, that ChatGPT also said 10,020 draw calls is achievable. Yeah, well, one said 100,000, but I feel like that's a little bit excessive. It's not... A modern desktop game can handle anywhere between 500 and 5,000. Like... I mean, to be fair, of how bad performing some games have been lately, I wouldn't be surprised if they're really surpassing that. That's not an excuse to go that heavy on it, because some of them perform really, really poorly. But the fact that some AAA titles are doing it could give some people some reason to be a little bit lax on it. See, we can do something like that instead, which I kind of like more. Sometimes UV maps, sometimes there isn't a perfect way, and it can come down a little bit to personal preference. This was going to be annoying. So it will come all the way up here. Oh, it's separated up here. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, wait, the bulb? Hold on a minute. Well, I could put the whole thing in one, surely. Let's select the whole, oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What part of that? How did that happen? Bonk. Nice. Thank you very much. Pietrone. Gamer. Xbox. Separate. Selected. Like this. If we combine all these together, we can auto smooth it. Auto smooth it with a little bit. Where am I looking? With a little bit. Yeah, like there. So that part stays smooth. Oh, hold on a minute. But this part doesn't stay smooth. How much do I need to keep that part smooth? But then this part's not smooth. So What are we going to do about that? We're going to manually... Hopefully it works. We're going to manually mark sharp. There you go. Oh, here as well. Cool. Same here. We're going to mark sharp here and here. Probably here and here. And here's already sharp. I don't want to bevel it because I think it'll look better even though it's not on the original design. And we want to mark here. Go. Now we want to do UV mapping where we select all of that. That should be fine. And then if we get to the top, which I now can't see because I've combined the meshes. Brilliant. Mark seam. Mark seam. That should be fine. Yeah, I mean, it's very long, but probably better like that. For texturing purposes, or for the UV map, UV map. I just said map. UV square purposes. I repeated the word map. I was like, that sounds fine. That's the right word. I was like, wait, no. Not what I'm looking for. We're actually going to do this inverted, so we're going to select these parts here. We're going to make sure to mark sharp as well. It looks like they're not. And mark theme. They don't get a different color. That is interesting. I think these parts are supposed to be marked sharp, aren't they? Yeah, there you go. Same down here. Cool. The light bulb has got a very flat top. We could probably pull that up, pull that in. More like that. Looks a little bit better. This is super easy to UV map. We just want to probably get rid of the bottom. How did I select the top? Oh. Love it, I don't need the light in there. What time is it? Okay. Did you guys celebrate Halloween at all this year? Like I said, there's no one celebrating around here. I mean, we don't really celebrate it anyway, but nobody around here. Like, I've seen a couple of people out actually trick-or-treating, but I just like no decorations or anything. A little bit sad, to be honest. I mean, when I was younger, I do feel like it's... Well, I feel like it's COVID. I feel like COVID's had such a effect on just people... I mean, admittedly, I did see a post that, like, I can't remember what it said, but it was like basically saying, like, please don't knock on people's doors on Halloween. There are a lot of people who are vulnerable and it will upset them hearing the doorbell ring at that time of the day and everything. And I was like, man, it's Halloween though. Like, I get it, and I'm sympathetic in a way, but like, you don't have to answer the door. Like, people went hard with totally dressed up guidance. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I wish there was a little bit more of that around here, even though we didn't do it at all. I mean, don't get me wrong. If the people in the state, if the post I saw was like, please don't egg people's houses just because they don't answer the door, I completely agree with that. I think that's ridiculous. Egging and throwing like toilet paper over people's houses just because they didn't answer the door to trick-or-treaters. But yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of like, it's just Halloween. Why are they getting? Where's there a post talking to me about how, you know, oh, don't knock on people's doors. People are vulnerable and all this. I'm just like, but that's what Halloween is. Well, you got to do it when we was younger. You're telling kids to give up on Halloween. I don't know. Am I weird? I feel like that was just such a weird thing that I read. Am I the wrong? No, it's the adults who are wrong. This spot here is gonna annoy me. Like, as soon as I unwrap this, we're gonna get like this really weird. Oh, this one's really weird. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, first of all, it's because the top needs the marked seam, and the bottom needs the marked seam. But even then, it's still gonna look really weird. Because it's like super thin on these edges. Last kid I never missed a house, came back with hundreds of sweets. I think the general rule around where I live is no pumpkin, no decorations, and don't knock. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be a thing I've heard as well. But hey, but nobody here seems to have a pumpkin or decorations. There's probably out of every 100 houses, there might be 1 or 2 with a pumpkin to say they can trick or treat. Like, damn, man, nobody's celebrating it right now. It feels like. I mean, I guess it means I haven't got to buy candy and hand it out to people, but what happened to pretending you weren't home on Halloween? Those were the days. Yeah, I had a feeling it'd look like that. Just gonna separate those out. I mean, that's probably the best way to do it, though. Oh, not like that. Wait, so this part the outside. The outside looks that bad. Damn, it's this part mainly, isn't it? How's it going, Mikaru Maple? Let's get a white van and go around offering candy to kids. Yeah. What's wrong with that? Free candy for kids. The really good kids, you can, like, get them to come in your van, drive home, and give them even more candy. Exactly. I mean, I just thought that post was weird. You guys are completely free to tell me I'm wrong and I'm being insensitive because the post was, you know, saying to look out for people who don't want to see people knocking. But there, it just felt like a really weird thing. If you don't want people to knock, just don't knock. You could put a sign on your door. I mean, like I said, people don't. They have the whole pumpkin rule now, so people aren't knocking anyway. What is happening there? What is this? Wait, how is that those? Wait, what? What? But when I do that and unwrap, they work. So is that just too big? Should I be separating that out? That's really annoying. Karen's way you look. Was that Karen, or is Karen more if they were having a go at you? Wait. I don't know. I guess I just feel sorry for kids right now. Halloween used to be such a fun part of the year. And you could go get candy. I bet kids are going home with like barely any candy in the UK right now because people are just not putting pumpkins outside the doors, and that's apparently what you need to do now to get candy. Don't select that for a bit. Why are they coming out so poor? What's the unwrap angle base? How on earth is this flat, nice thing coming out like that? Conformal's still weird. What? Blender, are you good? That's conformal. Angle-based. How? It's flat. Literally, I could do a better job just doing it manually. Bam. What? That's so weird. Why is that such a... What if I unwrap it now? Ooh. It's not... I mean, it flares out, but... I don't know. I feel like warping it like that is just... weird. Like, it's completely... straight in all directions. It doesn't really make that much of a deal. Yeah, I'm gonna do a cut in the middle of this, just to give me more extra room here, actually. Yeah, yeah, it's about the middle point. And we can close up those gaps a little. Oh, looks like it was crooked. Oh, perspective. It's weird though, right? Like that should be straight. I mean, like I said, I could just do it manually. fact, if they're all facing that way, I could just do all of them at once. Like that. Touch everything, average island, and pack. That's a terrible pack. Hold on a minute. What? Am I crazy? Wait, what happens if I select like this and we instead do a formal? Not any better. Okay. Ah, screw it. It's fine. Again, it's going to be tiny. It's probably not going to matter too much. We're good. What do I want to do next? I mean, these are just planes. We'll connect all of them as one texture. Hold on a minute. That's still missing one, isn't it? Wait, I got nothing on that leaf. What? Hey, I swear I had something on that leaf at one point. I mean, there's literally only one leaf coming off it, admittedly. So maybe that's why I don't. But I guess I could. I mean, we literally just need like the one square there to have that one little bit coming off. Oh, it's gonna crash again. Wow, Blender's really having some troubles lately. I say lately. Last save was 2 minutes ago. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. What? For some reason, it looks better than what it was. Except here. I feel like that could have done that better. Oh well. On that one, that one. We are going to save it back to the location we're in. I've got the file open. As I do. I would split the poll at the large diamond changes. Just me, though, would get way less warping. I don't think the warping is going to be that much of an issue. Substance Painter, unless it's like really warped, you rarely ever see Substance Painter really care about warping. Although, what is happening here? Oh. Nope. Wrong button. Wait, hold on a minute. It's got top and bottom to it. No. What you can do is you can then go individuals and slightly scale. Wow, it's scaling up much more than I thought it would on the thing on the normals. Yeah, even if it's slightly, but I can like those are the ones over here. Fill all these up and try to make more use of the space. Anyways, I don't care enough about one lamppost to make it perfectly unwrapped. Save. I'll make sure I'm saving all the time now. This is going to look like a lot more work just doing this, so boom. Well, we can't really do that on its own, just it's going to be a bit of a waste. I mean, yes and no. If we, once again, if we just do a tiling texture, we can just do that. Hello, Mohammed. How's it going, man? It's really dependent on what I want to do right now. I don't know how much I'm determined to do tiling textures or not, so... so these haven't got any bevels, but I'm probably going to use an outline shader again, which means I probably won't need bevels, because it's going to hide the menu of the outline. Oh, hold on a minute. Go through the wall. It does. Wait, did these go through? They do. Oh, that is on the bottom of its press. How are you? I'm pretty good. I finally am gonna get surgery soon. I say surgery, it's just a tonsillectomy. They're just gonna remove my tonsils, so nothing too big. Apparently, it's a bigger deal for adults, though. I discovered recently. Apparently, tonsillectomies are much more. Well, not much more, but they're a little bit more of a bigger deal compared to a child. But yeah, I'm gonna get that, which I'm pretty excited about. Finally, something that might help with my issue I've been having. Other than that, I'm pretty good. I'm still jobless, but I'm going to Japan for a month. And he's going to ask if I was okay. Yeah, it's just tonsillectomy. It's not too big of a deal. And yeah, I'm going to go to Japan for a month. Soon, very soon, actually. In 19 days, I'll be leaving my house to wait in London for overnight, and then I'm going to be catching my flight at Heathrow Airport. Wait, I shouldn't have said all of that because no one may show up. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. Oni-chan. Arigatou gozaimasu. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty fun. Is that fine? I've been learning like really very small phrases like "O genki desu ka," which means "How are you?" Boy, it's finally back to 3D modeling. Heck yeah! Was you getting bored of all the texturing, or do you mean from yesterday? Because I was just playing games. So we're gonna have this as a separate texture. Again, I don't know the route I want to go with this, right? Because if we do go to the route of just doing everything separate, and then it's one mesh, and then I end up with. I mean, even if we go tiling, I could always put it all in Substance Painter as one thing to paint and just ignore the parts that are going to be tiling. Admittedly, so it doesn't. It's not going to cause a big deal. Oh wait, I was going to show how sometimes a tiling would look. He's gone now, but for those of you who don't know, if you've got like a trim machine, it's at the bottom here. And let's say it's got like 4 panels in it, but you want 20 across this whole thing. You might literally scale this up. Depending how thick the tiling texture is, you'll do this, and then you may even like start doing this, and you'll end up with like things stretched along. If it's a trim sheet and not an alpha mask, you'll end up with things stretched along the U-axis? UV? Yeah, it's the U-axis, right? I want you to critique my first fully optimized texture mod. Why can I never... It hides what I'm looking at. That little heart icon. Model. Automation model when it's finished. Cool. Yeah, I'd love to. Depending on like what you want me to critique as well. Because admittedly, I'm very aware that people sometimes don't want certain critiques. Just because you show off a piece of work or ask for some criticism on it doesn't necessarily mean you want certain criticism. So yeah, as long as you tell me exactly what you want me to critique, I'll have a look. Because sometimes you just want like a technical critique, like, oh, you know, on a technical standpoint, how does this work? What would you have changed? Do you think the poly count's good? You know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's really dependent. How many UV? How many not UVs? How many? What's the poly count in this entire environment? Statistics. Where is that again? Here. Statistics. 6,000. That's pretty good. I mean, I was going to make it for my mobile game project. Funnily enough, even though I only had like 5 days, about just over 4 days of making this environment, which was a quick Unity scene, I had 5 days. Well, no, just over 4 days to make this, right? In that time, I made this environment because I wasn't sure what I wanted to make, and I ended up making this first, and then I moved on to that environment, and I was like, eh. So I made like 1.5 environments in a span of like just over 4 days. Crazy. Oh wait, yeah, that's what I was doing over here. I wanna put like a little bit here. I don't really know where it overlaps, so we'll have a look-see. Okay, so it goes there. Hopefully from this angle, won't move it too. If I move the angle, it will. I won't move it too much, so we'll pull you out over here. This part needs to be pulled down. This part needs to be pulled in. That needs to be pulled up. Because we literally just want it for that one leaf that's there. Hopefully that's still relatively aligned. Perfect. Yeah, that works really well. Nice. Again, the whole thing like fans back, and I think it looks fine. I don't dislike that. But maybe it would look cooler if one of them was forward, one was back, and some of the branches weren't all coming back. Like I could have definitely did a bit more of if I do that, yeah, okay, it doesn't reset it. Would have definitely done a bit more of this. Oh, that's disconnected. Hold on a minute. A bit more of this, and like have it in a bit more random directions, because you can still do that and keep it looking like it's aligned with this. Look, and then I could have pulled this over here and give the illusion that that was still aligned. You know what I mean? And let's say, and I could have done it. I mean, I might leave that one like that. So we've got a little bit of different shapeage going on. I was gonna say, that doesn't look like it's connecting into that at all. This was the way I chose to do the tree this time. I tend to do trees different ways every time I do them. This time I went with just the... and you know what? It's because I watched someone else do it, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I think I watched a short, and he quickly modeled a tree in that, where he just did separate meshes for them. Oh, it's... Oh, I've got it subdivided once. Interesting, okay. So the actual poly count is a lot more around here. Oh, that's fine. This part could definitely be a little bit more optimized, but that's pretty good. We'll keep it thingy right now. Yeah, thingy, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh! Okay, so that's like a cool shape to do, especially if you weren't worrying about actually having textures on it, but we are worrying about having textures on it, so we're actually just going to do this, delete this, and you end up with these bits that's got the hole in the middle, and then you could just do something like this, or we'll do it at the back so you don't see it in the actual images we're going to do. We'll do a mark seam here, and we'll do an unwrap. And then you get something like that. If you actually conform all... Oh, it sucks. No, we're not going to do that. Ignore that. But yeah, that's pretty much how I did it. This is like a flat top, so we just want to do literally that. And then this... Got that at the bottom. Has it got a bit at the top? No, it doesn't. So we're just going to mark seam there. Come to the back again, mark seam there. Unwrap it, get something like this. And we might put a base in there too, just to keep it more easily to texture when we get to it. A lot of times when you're modeling, there's so many things you'll end up... Trees are the worst. Could easily spend 4 hours making a tree, getting all the angles and variations. It still looks trash here. You know what? That's actually something that a teacher said to me in university. He was like a veteran, and he was a VFX artist rather than a modeler anyway. So I guess he wasn't much of a modeler. But he literally said, trees always look trash. He just outright said, he went, don't worry about spending a long time on trees. They always look garbage. And he just basically moved on. Uncanny more noticeable in trees than it is in humans. I think stuff like speed tree really help with that, which is why I say to people, when people are like, oh, I want to learn just to model trees, I'm like, do you though? Because there's already software that kind of replaces that role. I mean, if you're modeling stylized trees, that's probably completely fine. But if you are wanting a job where you're only modeling realistic trees, there's software that's going to do that for you. And it feels a little bit more like, is that the best direction you could take your career, or start your career, should I say? I mean, I feel like I'm only getting my interviews because they're saying I'm very versatile in my abilities. I mean, maybe if I focused in just making trees, I might find someone that tells me that, but I don't know many artists personally who don't do a job that requires, except from like concept artists, sorry. But when it comes to 3D artists, I think every single 3D artist I know are more generalists than they are 3D artists. I don't think I know a single 3D artist who can say their job requires them doing one thing. Like, oh, I only model weapons, I only model trees, I only model this, you know. They're always like, oh no, this day I got to do this, and this day I did some foliage, and this day I made some rocks, and this day I made a building. Yeah, ZBrush is pretty cool. My problem with ZBrush though is then you obviously gotta, what's the word I'm looking for? Retopologize it. But ZBrush has some nice retopologizing tools lately, so that might not actually be much of a big deal. Oh my god. I was going to open an image, but I don't know if that will come up on the stream, and I don't really want to show the image. Not for rude reasons, if anyone says anything. Wait, brain. Brain? It's this, isn't it? And this. Yeah. Let's combine that. Lovely. Always smooth. There you go. Unwrap. Pretty good. Wait, unwrap failed to solve one island. Which island? I guess if I do this, we'll be able to see... Nope. Wait. What island is it not doing? We got that. Got that. Got that. Oh, whoa. Oh. What? Where you come from? Did I duplicate by accident when I, thingied? Okay, let's try now. Wait, unhide, sorry. Yeah? Guess so. What's this part? That's the bottom. We can actually scale that down. We're fine. I was gonna say, it's like there's so much room here I could actually do stuff with if we didn't have this circle down here. So people will say about texture. I mean, it's the same here actually. Yeah, look, we can scale that down as well because you won't really see it. People talk quite a lot about texture density. And yes, texture density is very, very important. But the reason you can get away with scaling things down is if you don't see them. So what texture density means is, or well, at least what people tend to mean when they bring it up. Oh, sorry, I thought it's like different. So if we had like 2 cubes, we'll try with cubes to be easier. So we had 2 cubes. So this is a good example of how you can mess up texture density. If you scale down in object mode, if we scale down in object mode and then combine them and then unwrap, they will come up as the same, right? But this is a much smaller cube. So that's not really what you want for texture density because you're not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. What? The small cube is a lot smaller. So if you're going to scale Stacker General, getting in the habit of scaling in edit mode is already better because then when you go to, he says, scale in edit mode, combine them. Oh wow, why is this still not working? It just makes it. I guess if we reset the scale to Control A and reset scale, and then thingy, no. Oh, being an idiot. These don't have marked seams on them yet. Let's mark the seams first and be a clever boy. What you were seeing there, was it just moving the UVs that it had and not actually making any, unwrapping anything? Cool. Now that's unwrapping. So if you were to move this over and scale it, I'm pretty sure, and scale it in object mode, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, it still does it small. So if you didn't combine them, I'm pretty sure. So we scaled it and didn't combine them, but selected them and unwrapped them as one. They'll come up as the same. But apparently if you combine them, it automatically does the scaling for you. So that works. So texture density means, I mean, if I could see it, how do you set this up again? You have to add a material. So this is probably the weirdest thing to set up in Blender that I always forget. Add a material, base color, check a texture. Come into here. And a result? No. No, definitely not. If I go into here, I'll be able to see it, right? Yeah. Whoa, why is that so stretched there? Hold on a minute. Okay, now my UVs are messed up. Fix there. Let those. Why is it so stretched? Hold on a minute. Okay, this is clearly not working. How do you... I hardly ever set it up. It's really good to have a look at setting up your thingy. I hardly ever do it because I already know what my texture density is because I'm just so used to it. I can't remember. Either way, so basically those cubes you would have seen would be, if the scaling was off, they'd be bigger and smaller on other things, right? So it means it's got a higher, if the texture density is higher, it means it's got more pixels on that surface, meaning it will look more detailed when you have a final texture, versus the cubes being bigger, so having a lower texture density, it will look lower resolution. So if you've got a very large object and it's the same size on the UV square as a smaller object, that large object's either going to look really low quality in the textures, or the small object is going to look really high quality. So people tend to talk about texture density because they want you to have things to the correct scale, which is what this is, right? This is the correct scale because I made sure that I did scale and I did this. However, if you've got objects that are going to be sat on the ground, or like for example here, you might, if I let you fly around the scene, you might just see underneath this, right? But in a normal render, you're going to see it from here. So I don't really care if this under circle has a lower texture density, because it's going to make my UVs better overall when I move it all around, which I haven't done yet. So this was the, I've not scaled anything else but this circle, this circle. So now if I were to scale this up from our 2D cursor, everything now gets an enhanced texture resolution. I've now scaled everything else up. And because I scaled these down, what I can do, if I really want, is to now figure out how much I can scale these up before they take up too much room. Then we could do this. Like that. Something like that. And we've now made more use of our UV square because we didn't care about texture density for certain parts of the asset. Might be worth adding under geometry for the roof of that water tank so you don't have to use a dual-sided texture. You think so? I wasn't sure about that. I don't think that would make much of an issue though. So if you're saying about like actually having... Yeah. Oh, now it's going to mess this up though. I mean, what I need to do, if I just do this, we actually have the shape basically already done. And again, these two can be kind of small because they're already thingy. So what I can do is manually get it over here. And we got all this room here for the circle. Like that. If we always smooth. I don't know if I like the point looking like that. How do you... The only way you can... Hold on a minute. My brain. The only way I could do that to not look like that is by doing that, right? But then it looks like this. That looks fine. Yeah, I mean, we could do that. It's basically a moot point, to be honest, as most games make heavy use of trim sheets, so your texture density is going to be way off. Yeah, basically, yeah. Really depends on the game. Some games still... I mean... Last of Us is really, really well known for being really good with trim sheets, and then you like buildings trim sheets, and any like, especially anything repeatable can have trim sheets on it. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at stylized games, you still get a lot of trim sheets, but you also get a lot of uniquely textured stuff. Yeah, Assassin's Creed is a really good example of a game that could really use trim sheets. Do we want this like slightly offset? What will it look like on here? I mean, trim sheets are pretty cool. I need to get into them a bit more than I am. Oh, this is really offset. I probably did it intentionally because of the way it looked. But looking at it from the side makes me not like it. And what we can do is delete that. Pull that out, merge to center. We get it nice in the center. This looks wrong not being in the center. Pull it down so you don't actually see up into it. Could give that a thickness as well, like we did the other thing. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, wait. Oh, it's not the same sort of shape. Hold on a minute. That should be fine. Did that got a top to it? No, cool. Got a bottom to it? I'll see. No. Get to the back, mark the seam. Trim sheets are very, very cool though, and I should definitely get used to them. As I said before, because despite me saying this so many times, people are like, yeah, but you just make them like this. I know how to make trim sheets. I could literally look up any tutorial. There's so many things that show how to make trim sheets. The thing I'm bad at is I don't know how to implement them well. Because whenever I see someone show me on any video, oh yeah, and you can use them like this. It's either on a flat wall or it's on a spherical thing, like a almost perfectly spherical thing. Like, oh look, it's on a well or something. I'm like, yeah, but how do you use it like vastly across all your assets? And there's not really too much that helps with that. They always show it on those examples. And don't get me wrong, those examples are still very good. I was gonna say, is there any Assassin's Creed trim sheets we can look at? Yeah, you go like this. This is it on a spherical thing. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, this is just textures. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, so that's the trim sheet, and these are just textures, right? Yeah, these are just textures. So it's like that. All of that's made with trim sheets, by the looks of it, right? It's like, how do you do this side part? Do you just... Is that not a part of a trim sheet? Is that basically just... Has he got a... Yeah, is that like just using that? Like when you want to use like a flat surface with a singular texture on it, do you not use a trim sheet? I assume that's all trim sheeted across there. Can we see that? Yeah, like here. See, it's like here as well. Is that that's going to be a decal, right? Because you got like these shapes here, and it cuts off early too. Right? I look at it and I'm like, but how does it work? Like this part is just an out. This part's literally just like tile texture here. So this part here is just tile texture, probably similar here. This part's got to be a floating alpha. I found that warping is an issue with trim sheets on circular models. Yeah. We literally found that out not too long ago on that thing towards the center. So because I was saying that you don't often see it. It doesn't often show it in the issue in like subs and stuff, but as soon as you export it, it's like super warped because you're pinching it so much, you can't understand where it's going to be pulled anymore. It makes sense because then I assume that's just pulled in and you're just like applying your trim. And here's just like a texture again, like just you could literally just have this as a part of the trim sheet. Let me see. I can't tell which part it is. Oh, here is this part. Yeah, it's usually just this. They've just got that part and it's just here. Yeah, they do really need to show the YouTube app. Wait, why'd you say damn it, YouTube? What happened to YouTube? To cut me off. Yeah, it'd be really, really interesting to see the UVs. Because it's bits like that I'm the most confused about. Is literally this. This as well. Is that a separate part? Or have they... No, because it can't. I just don't understand how this bit's done. Unless that's extruded inwards. And they've then applied it to the face that's extruded inwards. It nuked my comment and replaced it with a smiley face. Oh, lol. Yeah, it's really... Because all of this looks like it's just tiling textures, right? Like here, that's just a tiling texture in here. Same with here. Because if you actually look at the fidelity of like edges and stuff, they're not actually that great in certain places. Like, look, it's just like a sharp bit here. But it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, I really, really want to learn. Like, I just don't get it. How are they doing this part? Because this part's clearly like a tiling texture. Same like here. Then it magically gets this pattern in the middle. And that's apparently a part of a trim sheet. Oh, what if it's just the UVs? That part's just a separate, like, they've taken the UVs. Like, there's a UV that just goes here. Like, this is a whole UV map. Not UV map. This is a whole, like, the model has vertices here, 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 going all the way up on each part of these, up to here, here, here. And then they select all those faces. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. Do you see this? But they select all those faces and then just throw that onto the trim. Yeah, and it'd be cut out and placed on the trim. Yeah. But then how did they do stuff like this? Or is that just a shape and then another tiling texture? I think it is, right? That's just cut out here on the model. And it's tiling. But how did they do the edge work? Because you can clearly see, like, bits here. and here? Or is... Yeah, how did they do that? Or is some of it not trim? Because that's also a hard bit. If you're using a trim sheet, how do you make the edges look good? Or on all the trims, do they just have like an edge bit that when you pull them out far enough, it then looks like it's on an edge? Because that could kind of work. Yeah, kind of, look. So when you get to the tops and bottoms, it kind of looks like it's, you know, going around an edge. If you look close, I think you can actually see the seam on the edge. Oh, you think? Yeah, right there. Wait. Right here, look. You can see it here, right? Yeah. So it's really, really clever. I mean, it's what you expect from AAA studios. You get it also in some indie, but I say it's much more popular in very large games like Assassin's Creed. Elden Ring probably had a ton of trim sheets. Last of Us. So it's definitely a very up there, like a very advanced texturing technique. Oh, that's not what I want. But I would like to learn how to do it better, or just in general. Because, like, depending on what software you want to make trim sheets, you can make it anywhere. Like, you could literally start in Blender and then take your model. You could, like, I've seen literally people do this. And you get like parts of your trim. So you separate it into different parts of your trim. And then you just start doing the shapes you want. Like, you can, I don't know, do something like that. And then you start putting, like, your patterns in between. And then you go over to ZBrush and you start making them look rock-like by putting the patterns in there. And then you take that, bake it onto a flat surface plane, and boom, you've got a trim sheet. If that's usually how I see people do it. They usually do it from a model and then bake it down. I think you could probably get away with doing it just through texturing, but that's often how I see people do it. How's all this one object? Oh, whoa. How does that not smooth anymore? There you go. Same with you. Hold on a minute. Oh, let's convert that. Convert that and do this. You also... Yep. Got ends to you. See, you'd think this would be easy enough to just do something like this and then unwrap. And you'd be right. Apparently that works really well. I thought it was going to be way worse. Okay. I'll shut my mouth. That works really well. Ow. Are you okay? There's a lot of extra verts here that you actually don't need, but we're not going to care about that. Oh, we'll just go to like 60 then. I mean, here it actually hurts me a little bit to see that, so we'll actually delete the edge loops. Got a bottom to it? Nope. I mean, you could just unwrap this like this. You could mark seam here, and unwrap this like this. Oh, it's not a proper circle. Right. Oh, it was a cube originally. That's fine. And then do something like this. I mean, because I've done it now, I'll do that, but you didn't need to do that. I could actually delete seams here as well. Oh, maybe that worked. I tried on the city street, but couldn't get my baking right. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely up there for more advanced techniques at the end of the day. So I'm not too upset that I'm not that good at doing it, because I know it is a very advanced technique. Wait. The bottom has it, yep. Don't need that. The thing is, there will always be places where not using trim sheets, where you're making unique things, especially weapons and stuff. So it's not ever going to bother me that much until it really becomes obsolete using custom models. And it's really fun not having to use trim sheets, like being able to manually, like that scene I made previously, being able to paint everything by hand is really fun. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, I really enjoy doing it the more traditional way. This is that's not circle. Is it supposed to be circle? It's kind of oval. might be the angle that we're looking at. I mean, I could, just to make myself feel better, make it a bit more circular. Could have also added more edge loops. What you can actually do is bevel these. Ah, what? It's not doing it the way I thought it would. I mean, it still technically works, but... Then I have all these shapes that I... Like, all of these end ones, which aren't very nice. You could merge last like that, and that would turn that into a quad and a tri. Not a very nice quad. It does work, technically. This is not a nice shape I made here, to be honest, but it works because it's flat, so... Yeah, that works. And it's a nicer circle. Yay. A lot of extra pulleys for nothing. Ah. So there's like a vent looking thing here. I could. It's like this. I could put one in, or I could just draw it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm making it a 3D scene. I think it would just be... Oh, wow, that is not touching that wall. Neither's that one. Oh my god, yeah, they're really off the wall. Oh, that's connected object. I'm gonna separate that out. Probably pull this back a teeny bit. Where's my phone? There it is. Happiness. Is this got bottom to it? No, cool. So this is like just a bunch of cylinders, but I won't do that yet. So yeah, let's get this on there. Oh. No. Just said the wrong one, that's why. Oh, itchy. I mean, it's pretty much just that. It's literally just that, but here. So... I don't really mind duplicating it. Ah, I should have UV mapped it first. That's what I mean. Oh, I've got to back to it as well. Hold on a minute. I'm so terrible with that kind of stuff. Probably... I mean, what does that look like if I do that? Okay. That's back to it. Oh, as a face there. Oh. Okay. So probably just this. Yeah. This mark seam. Yeah. We wanna. I think we're gonna want to connect all of this together as one mesh. I think that'd be the way to go. Technically, I could delete this face back here because we're not using it, and it will give us a lot of extra room to. Do some extra texturing. That's the thing as well. Some people sit there and say, oh, delete those faces because you say one poly count. And there's two tries there. One polygon. Well, I guess it's 2 polygons, but I guess converted to tries. 4 in total with both of them connected to the walls. But so that's really misconstrued is, well, not misconstrued, but not talked about more, is it's less about the fact that that's a thing and more the fact that you save on all the UV spacing. Like all the UV room, because now we can have a much higher... I mean, I say that, it's literally like a solid color. So maybe I don't need to care about that as much as I'm saying, but yeah, you get where I'm coming from. You save on UV map and you can clear up, you can sort of use a lot more room. If we mark seam here, what's really going in the wall at the moment, and it probably should not be sitting over that edge just before. Yeah, if we unwrap that, that should be fine, yeah. Oh, yeah, I should probably move that too. So that, all done. Yep. This, yep, and this is just a cube, so anything else on there I could put on? I mean, there is like a little square at the front. I mean, it's definitely thinner. It's more like that. We'll add the cube manually, because again, we're making a 3D scene. We should take advantage of it being actually 3D. Don't really know what the shape is for. We'll just do something like this. Leave the back face here. And I like to slightly inset when I do that. So if we do it like this, though, it's like perfectly aligned. But I like to slightly inset it. I think it helps the ambient occlusion. I could be wrong, but I like to do that. It just works out better. Or to me, it looks better. Something actually here that looks interesting is the pipe looks like it's got these, like, bits on it. So actually, if we... So, to be fair, we don't need these. And it looks like it does something like this. Where it's a little bit more over here, a little bit closer together. We get, like, this thing here, and then it kind of looks like it goes in. Which would look pretty cool. Well, one, I could render that as a high poly. There's a lot of different things I could do here. I think I'll just do it physical. And it looks like it's got it. Oops. Is it like on that one too? No. Oh, wait. So we got two here as well. So it's going to be like this one, and probably this one's the best bet. Bevel those. That. We should have probably beveled them at the same rate, but it's fine. Select you. And select you. We could do this. That's fine. Well, oh, hold on a minute. There you go. That, or we could bevel it and have a bevel to it like that. Which actually looks a lot worse for some reason. Oh, there you go. Really like that. So I kind of want like that. This has to be turned up more. Yeah. That's cool. Could do it up here, but it doesn't look like it's on here like that. Technically, this vent looks like it's inside the wall, which might look kind of cooler. So I kind of want to do that. So two different ways I could do that. I could insert edge loops and find it that way, or I could just like this, do this. There you go. Bring that to the point I need it. Because we're not going over this, it should be fine. It's roughly matched, and I can manually select the edges and pull them in. Cool. Then I'm going to just pull you inwards. Like that. And then we actually don't need these edges here. Because we just need these. And looks like it goes up a little bit. Pull back ever so slightly. And then we grab one more and pull that down. And boom, we've got this inside event thing, and that looks more like it. Like, don't you think? Looks more like what's going on here. Looks like it's actually going in, and you got the vents there. Kinda low key. Put them back a tiny bit more, and probably put them up so that bottom one you can actually see a bit of bevel on it, like that. Cool. That looks better. Don't tell me it doesn't. So this is now going to be a little bit different on the unwrap. It should, yeah, I'd say, still be pretty much the same. This I haven't even started yet, so let's it's literally just no, there's no fan. Literally, right? It's literally just a vent. Vent. Well, that looks cool. Throwing that would be cool. Nah, it's fine. That? Yeah. That's literally the first thing that went to my mind was I could animate and have it spinning around and look like there's more in the scene. But you usually hide parts of the fan anyway, so you don't end up seeing most of it. I mean, maybe I'll change it. We'll see. Right now, I'm not going to do it because we're just doing UVs at the moment, but maybe I'll add it. Join. Oh, yeah. So, certain things have different... there is a way to bake your normals in. I think. It's geometry data, right? Geometry data. That works. Now if I combine that. If I go add custom split and then do that. Yeah, okay. Add custom split, add custom split, add custom split, and then combine them. It should save all their normals. Yeah, it does. Nice. So now it won't have the automatic normals right now. This won't do anything because it basically I saved the normals that we had to the existing what we were sort of being shown. But oh whoa, look, it's broken again. It says I've got a billion faces. Why does it do that sometimes? And how many triangles? Is that being caused by this? What's that being caused by? Oh, there you go, fixed it. Yeah, I mean, this is cool that the entire scene, like, this isn't... If I convert this, does it show it differently? Oh, wait, why did it just go up? Wait, it was 5,000. What does it convert it? Yeah, it shows you, like, after a fix. So is that fine? Why did that go up? I swear it wasn't 6,000. Oh, there you go, 5,000. Yeah, Blender's been... one of the updates, it's been super weird with showing you... Yeah, now we've got 10,000. Now we've got 11,000. Is it when you hide and not hide? It is. What? So weird. Was I actually selecting anything there? Oh, was I set the camera back here? Anyways, yeah. 5,200 faces, 11,000 triangles. For the entire scene, it's pretty dope. We'll go for about 18 more minutes and then we'll call it a day. This is super easy to unwrap. In fact, we want to do that to get the smooth edges. We don't want a bottom, which is perfect, and then we just want to unwrap. That is... Oh, wait, it is that shape. Why isn't it not circle? What the heck? I don't mind it being slightly off circle because it adds itself a little bit more to being stylized. Having most of your shapes not fully the correct shape really helps with stylized look. So down here is interesting because I went with this, but in reality, it's probably cut into it. So the question is, should I instead cut it into it? Because it wouldn't be that much more difficult. What, two different... No, one way to do it. I literally, if it's not got a bottom to it... Yeah, it's not. I literally would need to just do this. This. Get rid of this bottom one. Grab you. Match that. Make it... I assume I had it pretty much aligned with what I needed. And then, yeah, just pull this in. And we've got a hole there instead. Wait, hold on a minute. Did I select the wrong thing? Yes, I probably did. I had to pull that in. And we've got a hole there. Well, we need to get rid of this. Yeah, we've got a hole there. And then we could still use that mesh I had here. We just don't want you. We want you. After this, I can't even see. Wait, my brain. Hold on a minute. Wait, why is this shape confusing me so much? Get rid of all that. Let's go! How's it going, man? And then, yeah, what we can do is just pull this up a little bit. You across a little bit. And we have a slightly thicker wall. Which we haven't got really matched up, but we can do that. Pull that over. Go into here. Let you, let you. Pull you over. Wait. Yeah. And Or you into you only slightly come out. So yeah, definitely should have a bevel on it, just because of how it looks. Did I combine that? I did. Let's separate that. So I'm just going to add the bevel as a name modifier. If we change the scale, bevel. We don't really want to bevel the bottom very much, but I can resolve that anyway by just saying goodbye bottom. Cool. We pull this back. Oh my god, 0.01, 0.005, 0.0025. Kind of? I mean, yeah. 2. Yeah. And if we just do a weighted normal, that. Now it actually goes into it instead of what we had before. Let's do this. Plant over here. I could add more detail to this because the way it looks like it actually does something more like weighted normals is my passion. So, and then what you can do is bring this in a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of like what it looks like. And then... Wait. 1, 2... Wait. No. I want to select 2 at a time. Let's do it manually then. Right? Wait. 2, yeah. 2, 2, 2... Yeah. Well... I don't know. I mean, how does that look if I do that? Pull that out. Something like that. Problem is, you get these faces here that aren't very good, so you could do this instead. And then basically... Yeah, get rid of these. But there's got to be a better way to do this, but my brain right now can't think about it. But yeah, get rid of like these, and then you... Hold on a minute. Oh, I haven't put the edge beep on here. I mean, if you did 3 at a time... You just select 1 and extrude like that, right? If we did like this, that, that's going to be about it, surely. Not really what I want anyway. I definitely want 2 at a time. In fact, it looks more like it's like, well, I don't know. I'm looking at it and I can't, my brain. Yeah, hold on a minute. I have a better idea. So it kind of looks more like we're selecting like this. Oh, let's wait. I can't do 3. Hold on a minute. Do 2 then. Unless it's doing this. It's just like a quick bevel. Bevel comes in with. Yeah, that was so much easier. Problem is we've got this part here, which we probably don't want. We don't want to set these parts here. What we want to do is probably just deselect those, right? Or I could just do this, this, and pull them inwards like that. There you go. So you get this shape, which is more what it looks like in the picture. Yeah. What's it look like if I bevel that now? Kind of cool. Don't think we need the bevel because again, you're gonna have the outline shader. That's more what we're looking for. Okay, that was much more complex than it needed to be. I don't know why I was just not being able to think of what I needed. But that happens. It happens. People get... I mean, sometimes I see people can't do basic maths, you know. Sometimes you sit there and you're like, why is this basic thing annoying me? I can't work it out. It's fine. Never feel bad if you know you can do it. You're just having a bad moment at the time thinking about it. Because it happens to all of us. Oh, really? It's gonna be. I mean, that's pretty good, but I wanted it to be straight. I could make it straight, but it's just such a waste of time. Technically, what I could do is do a second cut. We take up more of the room. I think that'd be kind of wasteful. Especially because the texture isn't gonna. Whoa, texture isn't gonna be like that complex. So it'd be like this one. I like it straight. You liar. And then you can do that, and you can use up more of the room. Actually, that might be better. It depends how the scene comes out. As I said, before. Sosa's Painter is really, really good at hiding. Oh, I never cleared out the books over here, like the ones that I overlaid on top. Oh, I did in that one. Jesus, how do I keep hitting H instead of G? This is above the surface because we actually want to see it. I mean, just this, right? Well, and then maybe this. Wait. Oh, not that. That? Kind of. Comes out really weird looking there. That go correctly? It is. That's really what it looks like when it's done. I'd have preferred the other way. Like that. I get more room. This was done. Yeah. So these are super simple. Yep. They are done. I can even combine that with that if I want to. Don't know if I need to. We'll determine that later. Right now, we're just caring about getting it just done. So. And then we can determine how we want to actually do everything a little bit later. Combine all these together. Unwrap those. That's really what the unwrap looks like. I really don't like that. I feel like that's missing some, is it not? I mean, it's like this could be definitely closer to there. Could be down here. I know people tell me all the time, but just buy the Blender like plugin for UVs. Which the reason I like Blender so much because it's free. If I'm having to buy stuff, it defeats the purpose. And that's a very stingy way to look at it, but it's kind of the reason why. And I don't know if the tools have actually helped that much. I know people really big them up, but I'm like, from what I see of the tools, they mostly do like a lot of. Actually, we'll probably do that here. They do like a lot of what you already do, like just the normal UV mapping. But I'm not sure if they're actually going to be that big of a deal than what people think they are to my actual workflow. A little bit better. I don't want to unwrap. How do I want to unwrap that? I knew I would have left a bottom in it. The scene was modeled very, very quickly, so a lot of things I'm going to assume have bottoms still left on them. Like, you guys have barely seen me model this scene because I did it mostly in one session with my friend because I was teaching him how to model from a single reference image. Or model around an orthographic drawn image, kind of, more than anything. Was it the whole thing? Yeah, nice. So the buildings, it doesn't look like I've done a lot, but as soon as I've done the building, it's all going to go green. So having the flooring here, this flooring, again, could be trim sheets, but it's not going to take that. I mean, I could literally just do that. It's not going to take that long to do this floor. So I could just do a quick unwrap like this for now, and we can determine later if we want to manually texture the entire thing. Because there's a lot of UV space here that I'm not using. But what I could do I'd have to probably add a UV to make it easier for me to do it. But what I could do is I could add a UV that goes along all of this. Oh, wow, it stops here. You don't actually get over here. It goes along all of this. And then that's just one set of UVs. Well, this is another set. And then I could use this across a trim sheet and just use this across the tiling texture. That would work pretty well. But we'll determine that later. There's no rush right now. One is definitely a lot more complex than the other. Hold on a minute. I deleted that out. Wait, hold on a minute. Can I do that? Or should I just... Yeah, I should just do this. Technically, this could just be unwrapped like this. I should... What is going on? Why is it like selecting everything at once? There you go. I should... do that. I should... probably... yeah, and that's the door. To be fair, there's a lot more to the door. I could probably get to all of this. This is... Ooh. This is kind of simple. I just need to do this. Wait, is there a bottom to it? Does it need a top to it? It does not need a top to it. Yeah, look, it's way through it. What I should actually do is make sure to pull that all down. Well, we'll pull it down. And then delete all the faces. Cool. It's fine that it's slightly too big, but I could scale it down. Wait, we're already scale it down at some point because that's not matching there anymore. I could just combine that then. Convert that. Then combine that. I could bring that in a little bit, but the window looks too thin now, and then I could slightly increase the size of that. Same with this, slightly increase the size of that. Same with this, slightly increase the size of that. So that. What was? There you go. And that slightly make it so it's more rounded again. This could just be unwrapped. Should be simple. This probably has a back to it. Yep. The correct way to do this would be select these corners. I don't need to, but may as well while I'm here. This looks like it's floating up the door. It is not, but I still want it slightly in the door because it makes it look better. And we'll just press that into there like that. Because you're probably not going to get close enough to even notice that there's not like a little twisty bit in between. Mark the seams across here. Like that. Probably just be really cheap with this one and just do that. Okay. That looks like it's all done. Yeah, the door is a certain size, so it's going to scale everything around the max size of the door. Because of that, what I'm going to do is select this point here. Hold on a minute. Oh, it's going to select inside there, isn't it? Pretty annoying. Select it like this then. And what we're going to do is scale it up till we reach the top point here. Pull that back. Probably do this. Go to the door. And yes, everything changes texture density now. But again, you're still making other things look better at the end of the day. I don't want to waste all that texture space for nothing, basically. So that's good enough. Alright, I'm now going to call it a day. We're almost done. It is the UV mapping everything the basic way until we decide if we want to do actually advanced stuff with the... What's going on here? Hold on a minute, what was that? Oh, it's a light. Oh, that's just a plane. Okay. Why? Yay. Alright, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye. Hopefully we'll stream again pretty soon. Stretch through tomorrow. Maybe. If I feel up to it, I'll stretch through again. I've been trying to get gym, and I'd like to do some 3D every day before I go. So hopefully we can texture tomorrow. Well, finish UV mapping and then texture. But again, I will catch you guys tomorrow. One boy.